Hello, my lovely YouTubers. It has been so long, and I just want to say that I have been so extremely busy. I sort of took a hiatus from making videos because it was the holidays, and then I got real busy at work, and then I just sort of took a break in general because it gets dark here starting around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's really hard to make videos because I don't have any sort of professional equipment. I rely solely on good old Mr. Sun to provide good lighting, and I finally got a nice day to do a video. It's been raining and overcast and just really ugly lately in South Carolina, so that's the reason I haven't been making videos. You might notice a change somewhere in this region. Before I took my little hiatus, I, had dark hair. What do you guys think? Do you guys like it? I don't know. I love it. I love my hair, so it's not changing, but I just want to know your guys' opinions on it. It's like a purple, silvery, I don't know if the lighting does it justice. It's like, I don't know. Chris from Growing Things called it ethereal. Thank you, Chris. But I am doing this Orchid Tag video for you today, so I'm really excited. I was tagged by Chris from Growing Things and another channel which name escapes me, so I will put a link to her channel down in the description section. So you can check out Chris. I'll put a link to him as well in the description section of this video. Anyways, we've got a lot of questions to get through, so let's get to it. Okay, so the first question is, how long have you been growing orchids, and which one was your first? Well, this was my very first orchid. It is a Phalaenopsis orchid, unknown hybrid. It has stayed sort of mini in the years that I've had it, and is trying to crawl out of the pot, as you can probably tell. I didn't actually pay this price, I just found this pot and stuck it in here. This orchid has just been kind of wonky for me in the past year. It started getting some bacterial brown spot, and then it made this, I don't know if you can even tell right there, maybe. If you can tell right there, there's like a little mitten shape. I don't know if it's trying to make a spike or if it's just, I don't know what this thing is doing. But you can tell how long the stem was, so it was probably like there when I bought it, and now it's here. But anyways, it blooms white. It's nothing special. I got it because it was $1 and I wasn't confident at all. I'd never grown any orchid before, so I was like, $1 is okay to spend on something that I have no idea if it's going to survive. So here we are, and it's been 3 years? 3 years? 3 or 4? 3, maybe. I don't know, 3-ish. So I haven't been growing orchids that long compared to pretty much most everyone in my orchid society. For one thing, they've been growing orchids forever. But when I get into plants in general, I really delve into their how to grow them and their cultural requirements. That's pretty much the same thing. You know what I mean. I really immerse myself in the techniques of growing and that sort of thing. So I'm always reading new literature, and I feel as though, personally, I'm not an experienced grower, but I'm not necessarily a beginning grower, as some would, probably think, since I haven't been growing orchids that long. I consider myself sort of intermediate, I suppose. As you guys know, I am student judging, which reminds me, I will be student judging at the Piedmont, North Carolina Orchid Society show. So if you are up in the Charlotte area and you want to go to an orchid show, come say hi to me. I should be up there, I think, on Friday for the judging. I'll put all of that information as well in the description section of this video, so you guys can come and check it out. Should be a good time. But anyways, 3 or 4-ish years, this was my first orchid, a Phalaenopsis. The next question is, what is your main reason for growing orchids? Therapy. I think it's very... that sounds really like I'm a crazy person, although I am. I grow it because whenever I'm with my orchids, I feel at peace. I can have the worst day in the world, but if I'm with my orchids, everything just sort of melts away and I can just relax and be 100% myself with my plants. I love every aspect of them. I don't care if it's a new growth or a bloom or a new root. I appreciate everything that my orchids show me, which is why I have many orchids that have not bloomed for me ever since I bought them. But I love my orchids in just the purest sense of the word. I really don't know how to describe it. It's kind of odd. Therapy is really the best way I can sum it up. It's just very peaceful to be with my orchids and take care of them. It just, clears my mind. Okay, next question. Do you grow other plants besides orchids? Actually, I do, and you can probably see them in the background. That is an Adenium obesum, and then this... Oop. God, how do you do that? Okay. This guy right here is an epiphyllum orchid cactus, and then my Nepenthes Miranda, which is right there. And I've, got various, there's a pepper plant right here. I don't know if you can probably hear it, but you probably can't see it. I just grow a myriad of different things, stapeliads, and yeah, lots of succulents. So I do grow other plants, but orchids really are my main passion. Okay, what are your 3 favorite orchid genera? I bet you guys can tell the first one. If you've been subscribed to my channel for any length of time, you know that Catasetum are my calling. I love Catasetum. Cycnoches, Mormotes, Clowesia, anything in that Catasetinae family is just... it's my favorite. So they are just so hard to obtain. It really kind of frustrates me that Catasetum are so hard to come by. There's only a handful of vendors in the US, and I don't even want to talk about international wise. Really though, Brazil and Fred Clark, and I think there's 2 other growers in the US that specialize in Catasetum. Other than that, yeah. So Catasetum would be numero uno, and then Cattleya would be second, and third would be Laturia dendrobiums. I'm really crazy about Laturias. I was kind of leaning towards bulbophyllums, but actually I think I have more of a passion for Laturias. Okay, next question. Which is your least favorite orchid and why? I don't know if that's my least favorite genus or my least favorite species / hybrid. Well, I guess my least favorite genera of orchid, and I'll probably get a lot of hate for this, is Oncidium. I absolutely detest Oncidium types. I just can't get into them. I used to have a dancing lady Oncidium, and I think they're great. I think they're great for beginners, especially because they are so easy to grow. Why hair? Why are you doing that? And I think that's why I am not crazy about them, is because they are very, very easy to grow, and I sort of like a challenge. But their blooms to me are just sort of bleh. So yeah, that's my least favorite genus of orchid. I'm sorry for those of you that love Oncidiums. Still, I love you guys. But anyways, then my least favorite orchid, I guess in my collection is what the question is asking. I don't know. Ooh, I do know. Okay, this is my least favorite orchid in my collection, and you guys are probably scratching your heads and saying, well, isn't that a Catasetum type? And you would be correct. I had such high hopes for this Catasetum type. This is a Cycnoches. It is Cycnoches Richard Brandon, and I had such high hopes. I have seen many of these bloom with spots, and they're beautiful, And then this is what I get. It really does take after the Varsavixii, the Cycnoches there. So this is the cross. I'm sure a lot of you guys have purchased from Fred Clark, and probably a lot of you have this cross as well. I was very, very disappointed. I do like the fragrance, though. Smells like Smarties to me. You know, like when you unwrap a fresh roll of Smarties, that's what it smells like. But this is the least favorite orchid in my collection right now. Okay, so the next question, how many orchids do you have at the moment? That's a toughie. I don't actually count them because I feel like if I don't count them, then I can still get more. Does that make sense? I don't count them. I have lots of seedlings and community pots, so I don't count them. What kind of growing space do you have? This is really my growing space. It's a screened-in porch that I converted with plastic tarp, like painter's tarp, and so far it's been working. We're now into the month of January, and I'm not consistently able to monitor the temperatures. I was having some issues with rot and things, but now that it's gotten actually colder, then I'm not having to worry about that. It was just because for the month of December and a little bit into January, it was just so muggy and humid, and I mean, we were getting temperatures into the 70s and even 80s, so it was muggy, warm, overcast, perfect conditions for rot. Which orchids are on your wish list? Ooh, that is a good one. So I have many, many orchids on my wish list. The upcoming shows this year, ooh, I can't wait. I will be going to the Asheville members meeting, which is in April, and then I'll be going to Redlands, which is in May. So I'm planning to get all of my orchid shopping done. And Fred Clark is also coming out with his new list on January 26th, which I'm very, very excited for. I will also be purchasing just so many orchids on my wish list. But I think the number one orchid on my wish list that I can't foresee myself getting in any time in the near future because it is so difficult to find is Catasetum semicirculatum. That is the one that is on my wish list that I probably won't have for a very, very long time, if ever, just because Catasetum are so dang difficult to find. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I missed you guys so much, and I will be doing an out and about video for you guys when I go up to North Carolina for the Piedmont Orchid Society show. Like I said, I will put info down in the description section. Love you guys. Be sure to subscribe to this channel if you're new here. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. All of those links are in the description section. Love you guys, and until next time, I will see you later.